Hi, Pastor JP here with another Daily Dose. Now we're in Acts chapter 19. If you've been tracking with us and reading along, that's perfect. If you haven't been, I haven't posted for a while, and so I'm going to try to get you up to date. Now, for the last week or so, we've been tracking with Paul, and he's been journeying with a few different people. First Barnabas and now Silas. And what we see, though, is that Paul is going into different areas and just taking the gospel right to them. And it's full of challenge. And one of the two things happen with the challenge. Either people embrace it and are moved by it, right? Because that energy of that challenge actually moves them into powerful spaces. Or they're resisting it and coming against Paul. And so we've seen that a number of times, starting specifically, I think, in Acts chapter 14 in Iconium, we see that there is this really stark line of those who are receiving and embracing and being baptized and filled with the Spirit and remarkable things, healings, wonders, all that. And then those who are against it that begin to persecute Paul. And not only do they run him out of town, but then they actually pursue him and run him further away. And it happens a few times. And so he's stoned in the midst of this. He's beaten. He's put in jail for a time. And some for right reasons and some for not. Recently, he was put in prison for casting out the spirit of the slave of the fortune teller, right? The fortune teller's slave, and makes it a big mess. And this is a little bit different. Oftentimes we see him really enraging the Jews, right? These people that have such strong parameters, such rigid religion, that whenever that challenge comes and that pressure comes, they do not give in. But it's like the laws of physics, wherever there is an action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? And that's usually the Jews. But in this case, and also what we see in Acts chapter 19, is that it's the Greek that are really upset about them, because usually the problem is because he has messed with their prophets. He's messed with, when I say prophets, I mean money, their business. And so that's the problem that we see there with casting out that spirit. And then later, also in Acts chapter 19, we see that there's the silversmith who is up in rage and he makes a big protest and rallies people against them because his business is going under because people have turned away from following idols. The silversmith made lots of idols, and so now he doesn't have any business. Also, it says that there was $50,000. I'll convert it to dollars. It's probably more than that, but pieces of silver that worth of books of other religion, usually I think more sorcery and black magic and that kind of thing, that were burned up because people were totally just putting aside. They were receiving that challenge and they were casting out anything that was holding them back. And that's an amazing thing. And so that's what I want you to think about today. Even whenever it seems like your profit might be going, your money, right? Your salary or your income or something that is of value, if it's holding you back from what God is calling you to, from embracing what the Spirit is leading you to do, we need to cast those things aside. It might be sins, it might be monetary wealth, right? It could be these books, it could be these other things. And so I'm just encouraging you today to embrace the challenge and set aside those things that might be holding you back. So God bless you today and be well.